Hello, trading is closed on the 10th of November, 2023. As always, we'll start with our disclaimer. We'll go over our calls and make some predictions. It's my trading plan for Monday, which is November 13th. I'm going to be able to watch the market in the morning, but that's going to be it. I have personal business in the afternoon. And if you're going to risk money on my calls, please keep in mind that I'm not going to be around in the afternoon, although I should still certainly be able to make a video in the evening. Look for the pattern with the early low. It tends to be a rally today with a high in the final hour. We got that. And Monday should be a pattern with the early high. We had a MEJT target of 43.7639. I thought I'd fail because Thursday's action was quite negative. And I said all we needed to do was get confirmation of this drop by trading 1 penny under Thursday's close. But of course that never happened. We never traded under it. Here's what we said. And without the confirmation, without gapping down smartly, this target came back into play. It never did print after all. Resistance at the target, and then we broke through resistance. Well, this move today invalidated Thursday's reversal. You have to go past this close by 1 penny, or else that doesn't count. But the invalidation here is the same rule. We have to go past today's close by 1 cent. And if we don't, if we gap down and don't recover it, that's still an active pattern. If we gap down here, we could undercut this low. During the day, MEJT said ultimately higher price would print. They didn't print immediately, but they certainly printed later on. We got another ultimate buy signal in the afternoon. There we go. That worked. But MEJT says it won't stick because it's a target of 43.9170. And if we don't gap up smartly, that's my call. That's quite a drop from here. Well, not a huge drop. But the point is, as I said before, if we can't take out this close by 1 cent, which you won't know until Monday, we have this lower target in play, 43.9170. It should print. But as we said, this whole rally could reverse if we don't get confirmation of this reversal. Well, 43.7320 is the marked TDST line for this move down. This is a resistance area. We can go higher without violating resistance, but you're still in resistance. Well, here's what the rally is up against. We have a 61.8% retrace of this drop right at today's high. We also have a trend line resistance right at today's high. And we all know the rules. Either the gap over that resistance or the line wins. Which means if we don't gap over any move past that, it isn't going to stick. But the close was so close to the high. If we fail here, it could be a major failure. This is strong resistance from Fibonacci and from the trend line. Of course, if we break through, it's a breakthrough over major resistance. We could still go much higher, but we haven't broken through yet. These are the next higher targets if we do break through, 44.56, 34, 44.55.80. But don't forget, if we can't gap over, we've still got this 43.91.70 target from today. Another cause for concern is there's different ways to count this, but if that's 1, 2, 3, and it could be an ABC. If that's 1, 2, 3, this move up, if it is wave 5, it's exactly half of wave 1. So I can count this either as a 3 or a 5 wave structure without breaking any rules. If we do stop here, which isn't a lot for certain, if we do stop here, you can count this ABC as complete. We can have 3 waves down and still maintain the rally mentality, which I have. Doesn't mean we have to stop there, but it's another cause for us having strong resistance at today's high. This is a panic low on the 21st of September 2001. If you take Christopher Carolan's 825 number, you get Monday, the 13th of November 2023. There's a 3-day window here. So if we peak today, it's within his window. And to me, the close on the 10th and the open on the 13th, they're the same time as far as I'm concerned. So if we if we stop right at today's close, right at today's high rather, I mean, you could complete an ABC or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should say, you would stop right at resistance. You have a lower target. You got a Carolan number, a date. I mean, this is strong resistance. And if we don't break through this, bullish as I am, this could be real trouble. I mean, you could hit this at the minimum. I would expect to break through this, and I still have a target 100 points under here. So this is critical resistance. These are the patterns we should see next week. Now Monday's pattern has a really high. It doesn't tell us where we open though. Friday's strong rally almost always follows through into Monday's open. And it's quite bearish if it doesn't. Now futures, I don't attach much attention to futures, but usually rallies carry through on Friday into the close. This one didn't. I mean, my antenna go up when I see that. It's quite negative if we gap down. Now, it hasn't happened, and we might gap up. That's something I won't know until Monday. But you really have to overcome this resistance, or else it could be major league trouble here. There's strong resistance at the high of day, and both need to gap over that high. The rallies to continue unabated. We do have a lower MEJT target. If we don't get up smartly, we'll call for it to print. Now, if we maintain a gap over Friday's high, it's a major victory for the bulls. But if the rally fails here and right here, we should see the lower MEJT target and quite possibly significantly more than that before the rally resumes. I would have been a lot happier as a bull if we didn't stop here, but you have to call them as you see them. We've rallied right into strong resistance, and if we can't break through it, I've got lower targets, and I mean 43.90, 170. I mean undoing all of today's rally. I mean lower 4300s. If we gap down, which hasn't happened yet, we gap down to much lower targets. And of course, if you gap up, you've cleared resistance, we could be off to the races. So I think Monday's open is going to be a critical thing. It's the pattern with the early high. We gap up, I think the rally continues. We gap down smartly and hold it. I think the rally's in trouble. And that's today's call.